this concept as the Arc Warden. You have such a hard time catching up running into these type of heroes. Broodmother can really dismantle and mess up your entire idea. So I think lane matchups, again, extremely important. I think they're going to probably just try to dodge, get vision of the lanes right away. Don't let that Enigma be versus a Broodmother.
And any lane when you have to go up against Ice's Brood is not going to be a fun one.
They at least have the Spirit Breaker. That's the thing. Like, they have the catch in the mid game for him. He's starting with the Dust as well on the Spirit Breaker right away. He wants to get those charges going instantly. Let's see. They're checking. They're drawing right away. So they have a ward placed instantly in that bottom side of the map, and they saw the movement looking like the Lich and the Venge were going toward top. So I think they're going to rotate the Enigma toward the top lane, and they're going to put the Bloodseeker bottom as soon as they notice that. So lane dodging, most important thing. And then if they do get the lane matchup, I really do like what SG's got again.
Yeah.
I know I said it last time, but this time they do seem like to have the tools. Having that big Enigma black hole and having that natural tower sieging with the Jakiro. Very comfort strategy coming out from SG. So here we go. Yep, they're spending the Bloodseeker bottom. And gonna be matched up versus that Broodmother with the Spirit Breaker and Jakiro assisting.
And what is your opinion on the safe lane? Well, not necessarily safe lane, but the position 1 Vengeful Spirit that Mushi comes out with this game. There was obviously that period in the past where a lot of CIS teams, some Chinese teams, they were really into picking this position 1 Venge, but for the longest of times now, it is very much a hero that in any sort of capacity is just sort of stayed away from by most teams.
Yeah, they're very single target focused on their cores. It's just the puck with the AoE damage on top of the Lich, but Venge, Broodmother, these are direct one hit, like single target hitting heroes. And the post is actually just starting jungle. They're putting nobody top. They're like, okay, there's a Lich lane top. This is maybe the approach. Lane nobody versus.
I don't think that's a bad decision to make. I mean, sure, you're going to let the Venge get farmed, but it's a Venge. It's not an anti-mage, you know what I mean? This
totally
is a hero
different.
that is picked to obviously counter the black hole at some stage of the game, but in terms of the laning, you want to have this tri-lane as MIneski to get kills. Sure, it's nice to get the safe, free farm on the Venge, but it's not the end of the world for SG if you're not feeding kills away in that top lane. In fact, it could indeed be the better decision. Just stay away from that tri-lane.
I'm okay with this. It's going to be, like you said, they're going to be high level on the Lich and the Venge, but yeah, not the biggest fan of the core Venge. And his job is to stop the black hole. That's why they would pick it, of course, but he's the core, so he won't be in the position always to be able to do that. Rotation coming out, Lich moves bottom right away, and they're going to leave Venge in a 1 versus 0 lane. It's going to be quite nice for Mushi.
Jabs will look for the interference as he comes across and will try and sap some of the experience that this Enigma is getting from the jungle. So they at least had that sort of play to make, but the posts are already level 2. And it looks like Jabs' interference isn't really slowing him down too much. He's still able to clean up the camps. They've got the vision on him. They know where he's at. So a rotation in could certainly get that clock out of the jungle for SG.
I think this is, now it's awkward though. Lich just makes the rotation bottom. Ice should be pretty decent down here to get the farm. Lich is going to probably just try to pull lanes and just get this maximize on experience. And yeah, Mushi's going to have a pretty damn good game, I believe, this time.
I mean, in terms of CS and farm, absolutely. We'll see what he can sort of do with it, though, on this Venge safe lane. And now,
they're switching it up. They're sending Bloodseeker top. As soon as Lich rotates bottom, send the Bloodseeker top so he can start farming and contesting that Venge farm.
And already with a couple of levels, nearly halfway through level 2, at least having that Blood Rage and the passive, he should be able to get the CS to keep the regen up. And even with Jabs' presence in the lane, Costa Bill should have an alright time farming underneath the tower. That increased damage from the Blood Rage shouldn't be too difficult at all. And in fact, he's going to get some backup coming in as well. There's a charge inbound onto Mushi.
It's a lot of damage coming out from Venge when you're high level like this already. Having early points in the Magic Missile can be quite nice every time Bloodseeker walks up. If he gets caught inside of a stun with the level 2 on Clockwork with Battery Assault and Cogs, he might just be able to go down to that. But SG playing it the very greedy route. Now they're avoiding the Broodmother. They left Broodmother entirely alone. And now Ice is going to be quite happy. So MIneski definitely benefiting the most out of these lanes as expected. And this is what we were talking about. It's not a level 2 Clockwork, but the damage with the Lich rotation, it's still not quite enough. They did need the Battery Assault.
Yeah, it does bring him down low, but good prioritization there from Theo and Costa to cut down those cogs, get the Bloodseeker out of there.
I think MIneski's extremely happy though with the way the game is going to go right now.
Overall indeed. Even with this sort of change up from SG, well, top lane.
Jabs finds Costabile with the ward and solo kills him. Okay.
They're going to look to try and punish him in return, but it's not going to happen. And indeed, despite as hard as SG may have tried to rectify the laning situation from game one, as you say, overall, it is still MIneski that are going to be a little bit happier with the way that things are turning out. Short Leposa is getting that free farm in the jungle, but as we've said, considering the draft, it's already a hard game for the Enigma to do a lot in terms of using that ultimate once it's online. And this top lane becoming a little bit of a death trap. Costabile has to be very careful how he turns up and farms, as you said, with the good levels on the vent. Does have backup from both the supports, but Mushi is waltzing in under the tower, spamming the magic missile out, trying to keep Costabile down low. Again,
though, the levels, it's what's happening, same thing as the last game. This Lich is putting so much trouble on their lanes. Bloodseeker level 3, Jakiro's at least level 3, but Spurtbreaker's 1.
These magic missiles just coming out time and time again onto Costabile, and he is gone. Theo Lacour, he could be in trouble as well. The Battery Assault's still going. Jabs with the rundown, traps him up in the cogs. And SG, they stayed away from this lane at the beginning. Now they're sending heroes up there. And we're starting to see why they really did not want to have to end up sending anyone to that top lane. It's just an incredible death trap.
This is a huge problem. Broodmother is absolutely free farming, going to be taking that tier 1 bottom 2. More surge of gold going to the rest of them. I don't know, SG's already in, they have to get into recovery mode somehow. It's a level 1 Spirit Breaker, 5 minutes in.
Oh, mid lane, Adriano. He's got the Flame Guard, but he's not got level 6. He will not even get Jabs, who's able to walk it off.
Oh, and it's a 4K gold lead at the 5-minute mark. This is really not good.
I mean, I think, SG, they were really resting it all on making that lane switch up, that lane avoidance, getting them the better start this game, but it's gone absolutely downhill, and indeed at this stage it's going even worse than it was at this point in game 1.
Yeah, they don't know what to do because of this Lich. They're just okay, let's abandon the top lane again, let's move down toward bottom, but now it's already a level 5 Broodmother who can just resort to the jungle. They can't really set up the kills. Mid lane's just fine. Nana is doing incredibly well versus the Ember Spirit as expected. Spirit Breaker now gets level 2 at least. So he's got the bash.
And I mean, I guess this is sort of what happens when you do have the Enigma that sticks to the jungle. Lesson for all those pubbers out there, those ranked, that use solo queuers. You are going to struggle in the lanes. The lanes are being heavily lost. And we'll see if Leposa can make some sort of massive impact with the farm that he's getting from the jungle. But it's going to be incredibly hard for him to do so unless he really does hit those dream black holes this game.
Yeah, I mean, Jabs is ahead of everybody on the enemy team right now as the support clockwork. That's pretty grim.
That's not good news.
And they're going to the catapults come in. It's, past 5-minute mark. Top tower should go down, and bottom tower had already died to ice. And the Broodmother already with Medallion finished up. We're going to see him start making his move toward Ancients, etc., taking over those areas of the map.
Yeah, anyone who comes down to that bottom lane has to be so scary. Just respecting the spookiness of the Brood. What does SG do?
And they need to hope for Leposa to just come in big with
this
Enigma.
It really is. It's all about what they can do with that Enigma.
But now, when you do this jungle Enigma, it used to be a thing because you could hit level 6 at the 4.5-minute mark when it was not the nerf jungle. But now that the jungle gives garbage experience early on, he is not level 6. It's 7.5 minutes in because he's strictly jungling in this game.
Jungling, kids. Don't do it.
It's just not good anymore. It's been nerfed so heavily in the past. They're really struggling. See, Costabile trying to find farm anywhere. He's currently attempting to do Ancient Prowlers as a level 5 Bloodseeker, and he is struggling for sure. He cannot do them. He's trying to, but I don't think he can do those.
Yeah, you can't kill that Ancient Camp.
Bottom lane, though, the charge is coming out. They've got a dust. They're bringing everybody.
I won't connect with the Ice Path, though. They do have that Ember Spirit coming in with the Remnant. Dust it up. It's a nice kill for them to get at the gap. Ice just turns. He's actually able to bring down the Jakiro as he goes. It does take the 4 members, but SG will put an end to the rain for now for Ice on that bottom lane. But yeah, it takes a huge commitment.
Adriano pretty much having to get involved in all of the kills for them to make those plays, and now we see smoke coming out by MIneski. They've got an extremely farmed Venge, a very farmed Puck as well.
Oh, they're hunting down Laposa.
Oh, Laposa in very serious trouble here.
He's going to try and retreat, but the Rocket Flare gives him the vision for the swap, the Magic Missile, and Laposa is gone. Too much punch from this level 7 Vengeful Spirit.
Like, all the pressure is on Adriano this game. He has to do everything for his team in order to just try to make the responses and counter gank every time possible with the Ember Spirit. But it's not like he had an incredibly good lane either. He was versus a Puck, which is kind of a tough matchup. Being able to just spam. It's a 9-minute Veil coming out for Nana in that mid lane.
Incredible timings here on the Puck.
Bloodseeker and Enigma still below the clockwork on net worth.
How's Laposa doing on items?
Not good.
Not good.
No.
Arcane
Trying to
boots
get his
down,
arcane boots, but yeah, this is a Enigma who's kind of like their big win that they wanted to have in the draft, and he's unable to do anything because of this Lich pick and this Broodmother. They're just, oh boy.
Yeah, it's coming up to 10 minutes. 5k gold lead here for MIneski. Experienced as well. Looking very strong for the side.
It's just going to get worse and worse too. Broodmother's going to hit level 10 soon. Ice is starting to do those Ancients, and he's going to start skyrocketing levels and net worth.
They're going for a smoke up with the Black Hole. SG.
They got to try something, but they need Adriano every time for this. He's all of their damage right now. Cosbil does hit level 7 now, so he has passed the level 6. He's going for the comeback Midas as well, just like last time.
Heading up top.
They do see Mushi.
If they could catch Mushi, I mean, Mushi is a big kill. Nearly level 9 on this Venge. They may need to commit the Black Hole for it. Laposa walking forward. Will look for the control. Black Hole as well to bring him in. They should have the damage. And oh! The swat, I think that's going to save him. Is he going to tick out? No, the Verify here is fine.
Oh, Jabs
missing
the hook. But Adriano now in the back might actually catch him. Oh!
Very, very nice from Adriano. Absolutely perfect. I mean, that changes everything about that play. I mean, we saw Mushi nearly able to walk out of it. Very, very nicely done from the Ember. And as you said, Adriano has to step it up to the max. Little players like that, absolutely crucial for SG.
Yeah. Rupture comes out onto Clockwork. They're just trying to put pressure on this tower. They don't want to go die for a kill. That's a Fear Rupture.
And look at this, straight away down on the bottom lane. Theo, couldn't quite chase it down. It did have the charge in on the Puck, and they brought Adriano in as well.
So Black Hole is their only way to really take fights at the moment. And it's going to get countered quite heavily when we see those Puck rotations coming out, because, you know, we were talking about it, the panel was saying it, there's no way to cancel the Black Hole once he's got BKB. But before BKB, they have several ways to stop it.
And he is a long way away from that Black King bar.
Oh, yeah. So all the tier 1s should get cleaned up. The final tier 1 should get cleaned up here by MIneski quite soon, but Ice is going to continue that Ancient farm, and he's got the experience gain talent now as well, so should be able to soar in those levels.
Yeah, he's going to be very quick on that Deso build-up as well.
Yeah.
And at that point, MIneski can certainly think about going for Roche between the Deso medallion on the Brood and the physical from the Venge. They can melt through him. No trouble at all. They do have to be aware of the Black Hole. Of course, still, though, down for 100 seconds after that play up top.
Yeah, pretty much the only way that they can take an engagement. I don't even think they should try to go for like pickoffs with Rupture. I think they should just be waiting with Black Hole until they can start fixing this deficit, because they definitely feel it. The way that they're playing, you can just see them all kind of like playing around each other. Adriano's like the only one who can really be playing and showing in lanes and pushing them out confidently. Bloodseeker has to just strictly jungle for the time being. They've got good wards though, defending their ancient side as well as their safe lane and their jungle.
Jabs. Level 7 as well on his clock. More than ready to fight if it does come to them, but at the moment it's very much SG waiting to play reactively. Apart from Adriano. If he gets the chance to go for a wraparound, he'll try for it. He's quite deep on his own. I don't know if he gets away with any sort of kill here. Moon and Jabs in the neighborhood. He's going to get hook-shotted, gone on, but ooh, nice little slide. We'll dodge the silence. Dreamcore comes out onto Laposa, but Jabs getting Malefist. He is in a lot of trouble. Jump forward, Adriano picks up the kill and is straight back out to the mid lane. Some brilliant usage of the remnants here from this Ember.
Yep. The mid lane, he could get in trouble here now. He's stunned up and he's dead.
I just had to jinx him, didn't I? He did not want to remnant back to that mid lane.
No.
Not with that waiting there for him.
He didn't have a secondary. Another one defensively thrown out there, and perfect opportunity seized there by Mushi. Dropping a stun, and yep, straight into the Roche pit. But there is a Bloodseeker Bloodright that does scout it out. So they are intimidated just a tiny bit, and as well they should be. But yep, Desolator finished up for Ice, top of the net worth, level 12 now. Definitely a problem, but now there's a black hole. They are online with that, but the post is being forced to go for four step early to kind of deal with that clockwork so he can't get isolated. And Midas into Radiance is the recovery build on the Bloodseeker next. But I like Adriano's playstyle so far. He's recognizing what he needs to do in this game. Getting those early boots of travel up, trying to get involved in all those kind of kills with the early boots of travel purchased, and holding a dust. So you can see he's like, I really need to be bailing my team out of these kind of engagements. But MIneski's so farmed at the moment now, and they have a blink as well on the puck. They're looking to set up and continue that pressure, get deep invasive wards to watch where SG's farming, because SG's not playing aggressive. The only place they can really be is inside of their jungle farming.
And look at this wraparound, looking for the option for Jabs to get the hook shot, but he doesn't find the connection. Doesn't seem to matter though. Nana jumps in, bringing cost to build down low. The Dream Coil damage enough to finish off the Bloodseeker. He's gone. The other core now trapped up by Jabs. Adriano does find the chain connection onto him. There'll be a buyback from Costabil looking to get into this fight. Lays down the rupture onto Jabs. They'll lose the other core, but they do bring down the clock in return. Change onto Ice with the Ice Path as well. And that Midnight Pulse. They've got the damage to bring him down low. The remnants from Adriano finish him off. Double kill for the Ember. Does require that buyback from Costabil to get back into that fight and help turn things around, but certainly worth it. Any chance they can get to take the favorable trade, especially getting those kills with the Ember Spirit, SG will take it.
Yeah, loses gold, but gets 800 experience for that buyback. Probably worth it at this point just because of the deficit that they're at.
Definitely, yeah.
But still, 7k gold lead for MIneski, and it continues to rise. They get very deep aggressive wards coming in through that movement there as well. At least SG didn't have to commit the black hole, though.
They've still got that one waiting in the wings. Still a very sizable lead. 7k net worth, and as you can see, all three cores over on the side of MIneski, very much ahead of that of SG. Bottom lane, Mushi. All right.
That's how you get back in it.
I was gonna say, not quite sure what the plan was there. He came out quite far on his own.
Has to be careful versus those boots of travel embers.
Yeah.
Now top as well. Puck.
Oh, very nice. Gets just out of the range, that max range to avoid the rupture damage. And he is gone. SG lucky locked down there for that puck. They're back in the jungle again. Ice being the cheeky man that he is, keeping this travel going between both Ancients, his own and that of SG's, and getting away with it for the most part. Bottom lane, Adriano finds the space.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can for his team right now.
He's playing so hard.
Yeah, 2,300 gold on him now. And they're continuing the pressure. Top lane. Nana.
He can find the control, and they do have the vision there for the connection. He gets the follow-up bash with the Bloodbright. He could be in trouble. Feint shift. Dodges the silence, but they surround him. Still gets the blink off though, Nana. Will get back to his friends and will be safe for now. MIneski, whilst this is going down, have returned to the pit. Are SG aware of it? That's the question.
Too hard to contest now at this point. It's way too quick from the bench, Broodmother. And I think that's what Nana was really trying to do there. Just get that space available there for that Roche. And this is the beauty of having level 13 puck. You have that max phase shift with the Blink Dagger. So it's very easy for you to kind of get out of those upper...
especially sort of those skills with the obvious setup, like the Bloodbright and the Ice Path. You are going to be able to be out of the game effectively for the duration that they are cast out. Mask of Madness on Ice. Good luck if you try and man fight this spider at this stage of the game. Jabs with a completed Midas as well, ready for this game to continue.
I like that. I mean, I think that's an ideal item choice as a Clockwork supports.
Because as well, I guess with the lead that this Clock has, there's not really any items that he needs as of now to be able to play his game. There's so much he can do with his skills alone against this lineup of SG.
Adriano has full Maelstrom finished up now on the Ember Spirit, so keeping up pretty decently with that puck, with that Broodmother. He's ahead of Mushi by quite a lot, and Mushi's starting to fall a bit, Mushi's starting to fall behind. Bloodseeker's caught up to him.
Oh, they do go for the smoke. They're trying to hunt down Ice. They pop the dust, but they are a little too late. And Ice is very hard to catch, even when you know he's in the neighborhood with the smoke, because of this movement speed of the Spider.
They are still smoking, they see him.
Looking to take at least some of the Spiders down. I'll catch a couple. A little bit of gold there for Bardino. Still top lane, MIneski coming in heavy with the push. They put their eyes onto this tier 2. Mushi and the gang pushing in. No response from SG. They themselves looking to try and build up for a trade as they gather on the bottom lane. Jabs now TPing back to answer this push. See if he can put a stop to it. With multiple members coming back, they can certainly have a chance. They have that Chain Frost. Very good at sorting, putting a push to an end.
Pretty much whenever the puck shows up is when SG just has to bail.
Yeah.
He is invis. He's walked into a sentry though. Believe they caught glimpse of him for a moment.
They
Yeah,
are
they're picking it out. They're waiting for him to walk into it, the chains.
Yeah, they want to try and punish him. That Ice Path attempt will reveal that they almost certainly do have that vision in terms of what MIneski can perceive from the side of SG. So, and SG know that. They back away as soon as that connection is unsuccessful. Arcane Rune for Ember in the bottle. Could be very nice for the next fight when it does come out.
They're still in recovery mode, of course, for SG though. Midas now picked up for the Enigma finally. Wanting to get the Force Death first, just in case versus the Clockwork, to have that reliable getaway. And Costabile on the way toward that Relic, 1,400 away from Relic. Not too bad after the kind of absurd start that kind of happened, having nobody versus a Vengeful Spirit and then nobody versus a Broodmother for a moment.
Then having to commit the buyback for that fight earlier on. Mid lane.
Decent.
Still though, Ice, definitely this.
Mushi top, he's getting gone on here.
Oh!
Very alone.
We saw him do this down bottom, and he's only gone again and done it up top. That's the Aegis down. There's no tier 1, so I don't think his team can get there to save him for the second life, and it looks to be no attempt at all. He is in a whole world of hurt, and these consecutive kills that Mushi's giving up from this carry position are absolutely huge for SG, and will start to slowly close the gap and that lead that MIneski have if he continues to do these sort of plays. MIneski will find the opportunity to find objectives elsewhere as he goes for it, but Mushi's sort of stepping into a very suicidal Venge role this game.
Yeah, he's giving a lot of experience to those heroes, but at least Ice and Nana are trying to capitalize off the deaths a bit and getting those towers. And Ice is getting quite enormous on the Brood. BKB about to be finished up. He's going to be hitting a pretty good timing with that level 18 as well. Level 20 is the big one though. That 70 attack speed is pretty absurd on the Brood. However, catching the Ember Spirit is still very tough for MIneski. They have to have pretty much perfect situation happen with the puck, able to get the silence coil and then some follow-up disables. But yeah, Adriano doing a very good job of keeping those lanes pushed out, letting his team catch up. They're going for a smoke play here.
Okay.
They bring everybody in too. They've got Black Hole ready. Look at the line they draw too. They want to try to get that high ground.
Oh, that's a nice line as well. I like that.
And look at that. They're drawing as well. They want to put some wards up on the high ground. They want to get a catch up of this. They're expecting someone to push this lane out, and Nana could be in some trouble here.
They are going to go for the charge. He's got the phase shift, but straight away the Ice Path is down there. He is going to Yule's up. Will have the blink available. Can he get himself out? Has the orb, and he will be able to retreat. Oh, Adriano finds the connection with the chains. Rupture's there, but now the backup for MIneski comes through. Theo Lacour trapped in the cogs. Can't charge his way out of this one. They'll lose the Spirit Breaker, and now the rest of SG have to get out of there.
That Yule's pick up, perfect timing for him to have it. Unable to get the chain CCs.
So slippery. They have to almost at least try and commit the Black Hole if they want to try and catch that puck, and even then, there's always the chance for a phase shift blink out.
Yeah, and it's right next to a shrine. They've needed to get the kill quickly, but they were unable to. Now mid. MIneski is smoked up. They're looking for a play. They're expecting Costabile to go farm somewhere to pick up his Relic. He's very close to Radiance. He's done a great job of catching back up from his team space.
Mushi, Glimmer caped up, allowed for the lead in, finds the opening, and there's going to be no Black Hole for a while as the Poser The first to be taken down. Swap back onto Costabile into the hands of Jabs. Has the cog control and the battery assault. It's going to be a dead Bloodseeker as well. Double kill for Ninja Boogie.
He's bought the relic. Oh, you know, he got the relic with the curry before that happened.
Yeah, got his money invested at least.
Jakiro and Ember are also pushing the 2 side lanes as well during this, so they shouldn't be losing too much on the side of SG right now. They are going to lose that mid tower. And they're actually threatening the high ground here while they're dead. Adriano is alive, though.
Look at Nana just jumping in, setting up for this hook shot that goes straight underneath the tier 4s.
Oh, the chain frost
bounce is going to be absolutely beautiful. Adriano and the Space Scout falling down low. Ninja Boogie lands an absolute beauty.
That was like, the bounces just went crazy there, jumping all the way onto the Ember Spirit next to that poor Spirit Breaker.
They just could not split up in time.
That's a tier 3 tower claimed in no time with the Broodmother damage.
And buyback
with
out
that Venjora
on the Jakiro as well. So the net worth difference just going to continue to ever increase in favor of MIneski. 14k lead now.
They really pushed their advantage there with those 2 kills. Just diving extremely far.
They've got their eyes towards Adriano up top. Still, the catch could be tricky for the Ember Spirit.
He's got a Remnant down.
Quick fingers, he should be fine. The silence already being utilized here by Nana. Will get swapped upon. Very quick with the Remnant now. And will be fine for now. How's La Posta doing? Any more big items coming out? He's still working on that BKB.
On the way. Yeah, on the way.
I mean, that is the big one, but I mean, yeah, I guess as the panel said, there are still ways around it. It's not necessarily going to mean the perfect opportunity for a Black Hole. Certainly makes it easier, but does not mean that we are going to see, for 100%, an absolute whopper from this Enigma.
I see still trying to make aggressive plays happen. I see them keep drawing those lines toward the bottom enemy jungle. Radiance is about to be finished now for Bloodseeker once he finishes these Ancients. However, he's still, even with Radiance, he can't really run into these fights too well. Like, there's just so much burst damage on the side of MIneski if he does walk in. Next throw is probably going to be the most important thing for MIneski to actually push that high ground even more so and try to claim that advantage. But SG definitely on the road to recovery. It's still,
They are.
A 14k deficit, but
it felt like a worse start than game 1, but the overall way that they've started to sort of calm things down is feeling a lot better than they were ever able to in game 1. You know, having this hero, you say Adriano just playing out of his mind. This is some fantastic Ember Spirit play, especially considering the fact that his team is so far behind and he is still really pulling it out the bag. He nearly has that completed Shiva's Guard. Scan will be there from MIneski. They know SG's rough position, so this smoke very likely to be unsuccessful from the side. Oh, they're sending an illusion in. They're trying to bait out some plays. Don't commit anything too heavy, and they won't. They'll realize straight away with the Midnight Pulse damage that is just an illusion. But yeah, Adriano, this Ember, really holding it in for the team.
Yeah, he's about to have a full Shiva's Guard. Level 18 as well, so he's got the 3 points in Remnant for that damage burst.
Very impressive.
Mushi very tanky on the bench now, though. 2,200 HP. If they're grouped up, that's the, of course, the biggest strength of MIneski. I think they have to watch out whenever they split up, because, those deaths on Mushi are the big costly things that have allowed SG to kind of stay in this one.
Now, 1 minute until Roche. MIneski may very well wait for that Aegis before they try again for the high ground.
Yeah, they've got the level 20 Brood now.
No,
so 70 attack speed.
That's the big talent, yeah.
The big talent. On top of a Diffusal Blade about to be finished, too. He's going to really crush whoever he can get his claws on.
I mean, Ice as well has been having a very chill game. Only been involved in 3 of the 14. He's just been continuing to farm, abusing this ease of taking Ancients as a Broodmother. And indeed, it's put him in a pretty incredible place. But there is that completed Shiva's Guard on this Adriano Ember Spirit. He can certainly survive these fights.
Yeah, he's making sure he can always keep the side lanes pushed out. He's prioritizing that so heavily. He's keeping a defensive Remnant down, of course, but we mentioned before, MIneski's catch isn't the greatest for an Ember Spirit at the moment still. Rush up in about 15 seconds. We see Lich just camping inside of it, Ninja Boogie, waiting for that to spawn up.
Oh, another bit of a nightmare for this This Enigma, yeah, that BKB is not quite there, but still. Yeah, look at Nana, he has the Aghanim's puck complete.
Yeah, it's only if you break the coil, of course, that is that BKB
Oh,
piercing
yeah,
disable.
okay, true.
So the
still
black
the
hole
initial.
won't really care. Yeah, the initial drop of the coil does not stop BKB black hole by any means. But it still is a very good lockdown for the Broodmother to stick on a unit. If anybody does break that coil, it's a massive duration stun. 4.5 seconds going to be more than enough time for a Broodmother to burst down any
And of
heroes.
course, with the whole sort of swap and Dream Coil interaction,
Yes.
getting that guaranteed stun.
That is the beauty.
It really is. MIneski take a free Roshan. Once again, Aegis into the hands of Mushi. They get the cheese as well.
They're feeling pretty good right now. They've got massive amounts of map dominance.
MSG back up straight away. Get a bit of pressure onto their bottom lane, but know that they have to be prepared for MIneski trying to attempt to break high ground. There's the BKB complete.
I feel like Kostabil also needs a BKB next. He's got a Yasha queued up, but I don't think he can even get into the fights when he has a Yasha. He's got the Radiance already finished up, but the amount of magic damage burst that MIneski has, I really think he needs the BKB to get involved in these fights when they have the black hole come out.
Oh, and it really is such a nightmare game for them. Look,
Yeah.
the clock's got a blink dagger now as well. So many chances to find that perfect angle to put a stop to that black hole.
I like that. Having the Force Staff, having the blink, those positioning is really all that matters.
What can SG do? Their backs against the wall once again. Jabs. Now going to be working on his Aghanims at this pace. And MIneski, they have full control of this game. They can make it go on. They can look to try and pressure the high ground, but there's no real rush for them to do so.
Yeah, they're getting more and more of a net worth advantage. We were talking about it upstairs too. Is the old thing that people used to talk about is Broodmother is, oh, it doesn't matter to Brood. At later the games, the Brood starts to fall behind. Not anymore. Brood with talents has become an absolute monster. Once you get those 8 webs as well, you're able to show up to every single fight and traverse the map very quickly. They're going to keep this pressure going. Just keep SG in their base. You just have to make sure they don't clump up.
Oh, look at this jump in. Straight away. They're going to go in onto the Emma Spit. Oh,
there's the coil
swap
break.
Dream Coil. Oh, that stun duration is absolutely nasty. Adriana has to buy back, but that is the combo indeed we mentioned. It just destroys anyone.
It's so good versus Ember Spirit.
So much time for you to beat into him, and Shiva's Guard or not, that extra armor not making much of a difference when there's this heavy amount of physical that MIneski have.
Swap coil is the dream.
Yeah.
Ember needs to be super careful now. If he gets caught out, that'll just cost him the game. Pretty much anyone. And it's going to be up again very shortly. 15 seconds until coil's up. Swap is already at the ready.
How do you avoid that combo? It's just, you just got to keep yourself
when you're
miles
behind,
away.
When you're behind, it's actually like almost impossible to.
Yeah.
Because the rocket flare comes out, they just get vision of you for 1 second, they throw the coil,
gone.
and you're dead. Yeah.
I guess the only opportunity really is to try and react with an incredible black hole while
doesn't
the
have
team
blink.
goes on someone else. But that's the thing. He's got only the Force Staff for positioning.
Yeah. And even then, SG does not want to fight outside the base. They
No.
need to take fights pretty much inside of a narrow position so they can keep that Midnight Pulse damage going, because they really need it for their team fight. 21k deficit, 20k experience lead as well. MIneski taking full control, not letting up whatsoever. They even have the Broodling that can send up to get the vision as well for the coil swap. Mushi in position, they've got a ward down, they throw the rocket too. They're ready to go. You see Nana.
Yep, they want to
He's
get that
looking.
coil swap.
He's looking for somebody.
Who's going to step in? Who
Who's
wants to
gonna be?
volunteer? Oh, there it is. There's the coil.
Oh, and it's
there's the swap. There's the kill.
It's the most important hero.
Bloodbride is down. They will look to turn onto Mushi, but of course he has that Aegis. They do get the Lich as well, but look at this
the
spider.
damage.
Ice, moving in, getting the kill. They do get the Nether Strike onto Mushi, holding him in the Bloodbride. Charge as well, looking for the chase down, but forced back. He will survive for now. Getting
Adriano
away.
Committing.
Trying to chase, quick Qs to hold him back. Ice, looking to move back in. They'll pop the Black Hole for that one. Get rid of the spider. SG are getting some of the kills. off the back of this defense, but they do have to commit that buyback.
It's costly.
But they do protect the racks. The racks are still up, and that is the Aegis gone out of the hands of MIneski. It is a costly defense, but it's certainly not the worst.
The fact that they can do that, though, every 50 seconds or every 60 seconds is an absolute problem. I don't really know how they can stop it. They need to be sure that they always have vision of wherever the puck is.
Nearly getting the cancel on the TP there.
It's 160 seconds now with no black hole. I think this is just going to be where MIneski, when they respawn, they just run right back at the mid lane.
I mean, we saw as well, yeah, ice. Once he pops that BKB, right-clicks their hero, they're gone.
Adriano needs to be careful here. They might try to go for
There's
him
a
with
lot
the
of
coil.
heroes watching him out.
They're ready. The
Oh,
coil.
no.
And the
Coil swap. It's dirty.
He's got no buyback. He's dead for 100.
That could be GG.
This combo is just, they're executing it to perfection.
Ooh. I mean, as I said, we don't see a lot of Venge, but in the right situations with the right heroes, I mean, specifically this puck, it's just, as you say, impossible to play against when you're behind.
Yeah, like with Aghanims, it's such a good decision from Nana.
How long to the black hole? It's not good news, is it?
No.
Still
2 minutes.
2 minutes. MIneski.
This should be an easy racks for MIneski here, if not 2. SG though going to try their hardest to keep that spam going, but look at how fast it dies with a DD Venge. He has 500 damage on Vengeful Spirit at the moment. They swap the illusion in.
All right.
But look at these Raxes. They just melt. They're going to go top now.
SG holding in. And of course, this game being their last lifeline here.
He goes again with the coil.
He gets both of them. BKB will be popped. Laposa.
He's just making space for the Rax. He doesn't even need to commit anymore here.
Hook shot from jabs. They want to try and finish off this kill. He will be able to force himself out, but he can't get back to the fountain. Nana picks up the Dagon from the base of SG. Blows up the Enigma. More than enough space, as you say, for that top Rax to be taken. But SG still holding on tight to this game, but the Chain Frost is out. The bounces are big.
Oh my goodness.
The two of them will
They're both
almost
dead.
certainly fall. Costabile and Theo Lacora down.
I think that's the same. Like, Enigma's still down for 40 seconds. Ember does respawn though. He's going to try fighting with his last
Let's see
breath.
what he can do. Adriano's last chance, his last attempt here. Playing around with him. Buyback from Jakira, but he gets swapped back. Again, trying to avoid what he can with the sleight of fist, but the silence is there. Adriano is down. Bardino's not making it home tonight either. GG is called. MIneski looking absolutely on fire today.
The lanes are just so devastating. Having Lich really just sets them up to do whatever the hell they want in the lanes. They even get this Broodmother last pick as well. There's nothing that SG can really do versus it. They left that Venge alone for 4 minutes in the top lane.
They did.
Then they move top. They leave the Broodmother alone for quite a while, and they're just in